The goal of PanCare is to try and make sure that every survivor of childhood cancer across all of Europe has got the best possible access to the best possible long-term care.
We should increase as much as possible awareness about childhood cancer survivors in general.
That's a really important thing of PanCare, getting the information to the people who need it.
PanCare, I think, is a very unique organisation. It is multidisciplinary, so it has healthcare professionals, it has scientists, and most importantly, it has survivors and parents.
Survivors are really important in PanCare because survivors really need to voice out their needs.
There are so many former childhood cancer patients out there in Europe now. We estimate somewhere around 300,000 to 500,000.
A lot of those will have late side effects. And if we can understand what it is about their treatment that later on causes a problem, such as heart disease, such as second cancer, then in the future we'll have a better chance of actually stopping those late side effects happening.
First time I heard about long-term side effects was in med school in the second year when a genetics teacher told us that leukemia treatment may cause you to have another cancer. And I was like, wow, that was a shock for me because I consider myself out of the danger.
The Dutch group this last December. There's a beautiful paper by Mendel and Mike Schoffeld and the Dutch group this last December looking at
When young cancer survivors come to a PanCare meeting and they see all these professionals being passionate about research into what's going to happen to cancer survivors in 10, 20 years, that's when our survivors go, phew, there is hope. There is hope because somebody one day will know what to tell me.
In many other research groups, the doctor is here and the survivor or the patient is here. But what I see in PanCare is that we are just here, we are equal. The things we say are taken seriously.
It doesn't matter that he's a doctor and I'm not a doctor because our lives have the same value. This is what every relationship should look like. Talk from equal to equal, even though in this field they have more information, more knowledge than us.
You should respect the professional for what he or she knows, but you should also respect the survivor and the parent because their experiences and knowledge is unique.
They just made such an enormous difference and they put ideas into our heads that we just hadn't thought of, and they were really, really helpful, and they gained a lot as well as we gained a lot. And I think it really is important to be survivor-centred care.
And unfortunately today in Erice we don't have that many survivors. And one of the reasons for that is sponsorship.
Many survivors are not able to come to these meetings because they need to pay themselves. And we need survivors during these meetings because they need to voice out their needs. They can speak for their country.
It's such a pity because after all we are talking about them and we want to listen to them. So that's why we want to hear them. So it is important to bring them together.
Survivors and parents get empowered by being part of this PanCare community. They learn what to do in order to get the care they need. We make survivors and families responsible for their own health. That's empowerment.
I think the current mission is to make them self-sufficient, to have a job that they enjoy, and to be on the same level as their own peers, to try and make sure that all survivors reach their maximum potential.
I go and try to implement these results in Romania. I try to gather Romanian survivors and make the change. We are like the bridge from the scientific part of PanCare to the administrative part of our countries.
My task is to advocate for the survivor issues in the Netherlands. Based upon my experience and the experience I learned from other survivors, I'm able to speak on their behalf.
They need a voice, and that's why we need to give them that voice. They are part of this society. It's really important.
I want to help others being part of society, because real cure means that you are part of society.
You need to be empowered to take care of yourself. The strengths you have need to be recognized, and possible weaknesses you need to have help with.
Their approach makes me feel important, makes me feel that I can contribute.
They want to be involved. They want to help. We always need to be able to listen to them, to listen to their experiences, to learn from those experiences, because we can try and guess what it's like to be a survivor, what it's even like to be somebody treated for cancer. But unless we are in their shoes, we don't really know. So we have to listen to them and learn from what they tell us.
PanCare for me is equal to friendship,
Collaboration.
Respect.
Empowerment.
Friendship.
Collaboration.
Innovation.
Care of childhood cancer survivors.